And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi. I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're looking at is a style of reading I do called First and Last. So, first represented by the aces, last represented by their counterpart tens of each element that examines in the top row, emotional newness, opportunities, beginnings, or renewal, depending on the context. And in the tens, endings, culminations, understandings, and ultimately conclusions, right? Your first and last as we move into September. As a preamble to my reads, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, I know that, especially with my style of reading, it tends to get real serious sometimes, but hey, you came to a read for a reason, right? And either it really will resonate and it really will hit, or it really won't. If it doesn't, then that can happen. You can be a Cancer and still come to a Cancer read and said, hey, that's not my Cancer read. Doesn't mean I'm not going to read it, right? I do it for all the collectives. But if it does apply to you, then remember, hey, at least I'm here to talk it out with you, right? So follow along with me for your first and last month, September. Let's see what the cards say. For the crabs! Show us the cards that we need to see, please. For Cancer in their read, please. What are the cards that we need to see, please, starting with their home element of water? What happens with emotional fulfillment in that Ace of Cups? That's a break. I could be bad at shuffling. Maybe I deserve that. For the crabs. Upon that Ace of Cups, we see. Okay. Oh, and hi, I'm Koi. Sometimes I like to be funny. What are the cards that we need to see, please? Upon that Ace of Cups in this read. Okay. Ace of Cups shows Nine of Pentacles, so a deeper and further investment. How does that bring us? Okay, Five of Swords, the feeling of self-sabotage or a decision that we're making with that Nine of Pentacles is not originally planning out or panning out how we expected. Two of Pentacles, but we can still make it balance. Okay, so we got somebody debating I want to say monetary path, but more so debating a project-based path that has deeper life implications. Right now, while we do feel emotionally fulfilled, again, we're starting out the Ace of Cups, your home element of water, Cancer. We're still saying, hey, I can make it work out, but right now, things are not panning out how they should. Again, that Five of Swords, I think it's like internalizing what could be external mistakes, but we're saying we're still in it for the long haul. We can still make things work out. It's just that it's hard for me to see your emotional fulfillment, Cancer, and then that Five of Swords coupled with it. Because somebody got to be wrong here. I'm not saying that it's you. What I am saying is that it's almost like you feel like you had to fix so many things that, wow, will this ever balance out properly? Again, Two of Pentacles, a card of balance. Materially, whatever this opportunity is, can we make it work? Can we make it work? That's the bigger question right now. Ace of Pentacles. Show the cards that we need to see, please, upon that Ace of Pentacles of new opportunity for Cancer in their read. What do my crab friends need to see on new opportunity? Upon the Ace of Pentacles, the Empress. Okay. So the highest and most productive version of ourselves. Here, asking what does true fulfillment look like and how do I express that actively? Two of Wands, the intentionality to follow that Empress, to try to elevate to what that means, or what we see our ideal selves producing and doing. Ten of Swords. Okay. So we're running at this, and the answers that we're seeing are not pretty. Ten of Swords. And I had the feeling that was coming out back here on the Five of Swords because I'm like, yeah, we can do all this work, but why are we blaming ourselves? We're saying we're emotionally fulfilled and self destructive at the same time. Over here in the Ace of Pentacles, we're actually having the determination that for new things to open up, we gotta call a spade on some things. And it ain't looking cute, right? I will give you that, Cancer. The sharp conclusions that you come into, you intend to see it through. You're going to make it work out. That Empress is very much unstoppable if she has the right conditions set. But we have to admit certain things. We have to call a spade. And right now, certain things have to come to their absolute end because you're not able to be your most elevated version if you're constantly being forced back into a state of balance where you do, yes, find that emotional fulfillment, but you know that you want so much better and also so much more. The Empress would not come out otherwise. Okay. Sorry, I had the sniffles. Show us cards when you see, please, for that Ace of Wands in Cancer's read. What about the fire of the human spirit? Define the Ace of Wands for Cancer in their read, please. Ace of Wands. Okay. King of Pentacles. So with this newfound, again, everything, at least from the intellectual standpoint, now we're talking about the spirit of how we actually feel. King of Pentacles says, I can make the right investment if I feel it's right, if I know this is what the right thing is to do. How so? Page of Pentacles, the willingness to try. Okay, what is that coupled with? Nine of Wands. Okay, putting that effort in. Whatever it looks like, the decision that you're making, Cancer, the conclusion still is coming back to you, but is not coming with just the sinking feeling that things are in absolute and total destruction. How you will make that work, not yet clarified, but that investment that you do make, and I'm saying this because of that Page of Pentacles coupled next to that Nine of Wands, well then, I'm going to run some field tests, right? I'm going to take my hypothesis, what is like the steps of the scientific method. It's been so long since school. We're going to take the hypothesis and put it into the experimental phase, right? Here's the theory. Now here's the practice. I got to see if this is the right thing to invest into. Then I will go fully at it. If not, playing back to that notion of new opportunity, hey, if you ain't helping me be my Empress self, then maybe there might be another place for me to be an Empress, right? But your drive right now, you do want to put in the effort to see if things can get fixed up around you. However, if the conclusion is also always just coming back to me, trying to fix everything, trying to say that things are right, your investment instincts are telling you, maybe it shouldn't be like that, and maybe it should be easier than that. So you're very much going in any direction right now that you feel most fulfilled in. Right now, I guess the deeper question to ask is, what and who do you trust? To that Ace of Swords, reveal the Ace of Swords upon this read for Cancer in their first and last in September. What is held in the Ace of Swords? A truth and a challenge for my crustacean friends. Okay. To the Ace of Swords, the Chariot. Well, I guess we're finding ourselves in the process, right, Cancer? But embracing that journey, full sail, and also encountering all the truths along the way. Four of Swords. Also a relaxation even upon the truth and conclusions that we came to, as opposed to that Five of Swords in the beginning where it's like kind of almost a panicking level of energy. Here now you said, well, I mean, it may not be pretty, but hey, we're here, right? Right? You're not sweating it anymore. Lovers, the card of Gemini. And here, because this is more career oriented, I do not see an intimate partner bond right now. Could be later on down the road, but we have just what we have in front of the board right now, in front of us right now on the board, right? That Lovers, coupled with all these career and very career oriented notions, is that I'm gonna find what's right for me. I'm going to find what chooses me back. Because again, the lovers is not just the romanticism of an experience with an external body, it's the choice of experiencing life fully with another. Here, because this is so career oriented, and I'm thinking this is probably where we're starting in your first and last Cancer, is that I'm going to find what's right for me. Now, with where I'm at right now, I'm going to see if this is the situation that's right for me, or I'm not going to worry and I'm going to actively pursue another thing that could be right for me. But regardless, me putting me first, my truth, even if it's uncomfortable to sit with, is that I gotta be relaxed with the idea of maybe I gotta let this go, right? We're just in a state of flux, but regardless, our principle at the heart of the matter is that I should feel loved and productive here, right? Everything should feel like it flows. Otherwise, what's the point? And your point with that Ace of Swords is like, well, regardless of the effort that I put in, only one or two outcomes will come. Either everybody gets their stuff together and I can relax and do things proper, or it doesn't pan out the way that I would like it to formulate and be cohesive, and I find my journey elsewhere. You're not debating necessarily which path. The debate is, can it work or not? Right? That's an internal battle, because ultimately you do want that lover's pathway. That is your truth. We're trying to find something that chooses us back and we can relax while it's going on. We can do it actively. Underneath it all, Eight of Wands, speaking directly to what we want and intend. Fast moving directionality. Yeah, some words gonna be exchanged between you and other parties. I'm just saying. Next, let's go to that Ten of Cups, the water counterpart for the Ace of Cups. Show the cards that we need to see, please, for Cancer in their first and last read month of September. We start now with the Ten of Cups. Why are we looking here? What is found in harmony and synchronicity? That Ten of Cups. Queen of Cups, okay. So one who feels emotionally productive and emotionally viable, but wants to give the best of themselves ultimately. How that looks depends on what your execution style is, Cancer. But you do want like the most endearing version of yourself to come out. Page of Swords. We're in a state of observance right now. I don't want to say that automatically means emotional reservation, but it does mean we're putting things into perspective. Knight of Cups. What does it mean to give? Right. And so what we're trying to harmonize with, again, like I said up here, you want to be the most productive version of yourself, right? We're saying that we're looking for an opportunity that chooses us back. But ultimately, it does depend on your internal feeling, Cancer, of saying, what does harmony mean? And what does it mean to give myself rightfully and fully, right? Because the situation I'm in right now ain't really cutting it. It's not giving what it's supposed to have gave, right? And so for me to give fully, what will I need to get fully? We're observing not only these executional patterns within ourselves, but also these energetic patterns, right? And what I mean by that is not just, the spiritual idea of resonance, but also the notion of I got so much energy in one day and I'm giving it what I got. I want it to be better, but it keeps on getting dragged out in 5 different directions. So we got a choice. I'm going to sit back and observe and do my field test right now. But understand it is coming from a space of love because I want this to work out. But if it doesn't, hey, that doesn't mean I'm loved less. And I think that's the emotional conclusion we're arriving to, right, Cancer? Is that, hey, sometimes it's just not right for me. Now what? Now what? Going to that Ten of Pentacles. Reveal the Ten of Pentacles for Cancer in their read. Tree of Life, baby. Let's see what it's got. Okay. 2 of the Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity awaits. And again, I think this is going to be a make or break decision for you eventually down the road. But regardless, we're in the testing phases right now because we're really trying to see what will I want to do I don't want to say simply for the rest of my life, but what framework will a new opportunity, either here or elsewhere, provide me perspective so I can be the most active and productive version of what I think I can offer? King of Cups, being able to hold the contradictions all at once. And the Eight of Swords. I mean, the Eight of Swords is characterized by somebody who is trapped in an open air cage, but seeing that next to such pentacles, and again, we talked about, the tangible, this is very much career noted in your read, Cancer. The Eight of Swords, was I saying Eight of Pentacles? The Eight of Swords, my apologies. That Eight of Swords right there is saying, yeah, even with a new opportunity, it's not that I can't see what's going on. It's just that the conclusions I'm having right now makes me sound kind of, let's use a family-friendly term, it makes me sound mean. Right? The notion of what I want to found for the rest of my life, the new opportunity that's available, et cetera, et cetera. I have to sit with the idea that, yeah, the conclusion I'm coming to, they ain't pretty right now. And it makes me sound, off-putting. It makes me sound like offensive and unwantable. But I mean, sometimes if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, we can have a pretty good guess of what the animal is, right? So going on to that Ten of Wands, the burdens that we carry. What is held upon the Ten of Wands? The energy that lights our pathway. Oh, there's a break. Okay. Well, that could have just been bad shuffling, so we'll see. Show us that Ten of Wands and Cancer's read. Ten of Wands reveals Ace of Cups, the burden, emotional renewal, and right now, again, there's so many directions this could go in, Cancer, where you're saying, if nothing else, we're ready to stop feeling emotional burnout. My burden right now is to take that upon me instead of just letting it happen to me. Okay? Eight of Cups, walking away. And so that's the big decision here right now, right? Are we going to move on and abandon, or can things actually work out? Either way, ultimately, it will be my choice. I can't be passive about this. I have to be intentionally active. Seven of Swords, everything is not as it appears on the surface. And putting that all together, when we try to find emotional fulfillment, and again, I know it's coming off as you being very harsh and critical right now, Cancer. I can see it across the board, but I also, as your reader, understand the intentionality, right? The conclusions are not fun, and they are also not easy. And maybe that's why there's this element of silence that you're trying to break through right now, but it still spells out the same thing. I need emotional fulfillment. I will find it here or elsewhere. So I'm giving you a chance to fix whatever this is before I just say, hey, my stuff is packed. I'm leaving the cubicle right now. I'm leaving whatever this situation is because there are better contracts or better something else elsewhere. Again, not everything is as it is on the surface, but that doesn't mean that we have to be cruel about it. It just means we have to be fair. What is fair given the judgment of the situation? What is fair to you? What is fair to everyone around you, right? Ten of Swords. In sharp, experiential conclusions, what do we see upon the Ten of Swords for Cancer in their read? Help my crustacean friends out. Cards that we need to see, please, upon that Ten of Swords for Cancer in their first and last read. Oh, that's a break. Okay, I'm not counting as a half break. In the month of September. Reveal that Ten of Swords upon this read, please. The world, a cycle has reached its conclusion. Right, I've been at this long enough. We've been doing the juggling game long enough. We've been trying to make things balance out long enough. So here, now we're coming to the point of ultimatums. What do we do? How do we move forward? Four of Pentacles, what is worth investing into? What is worth holding on to? Right, and that's why you're in such an experimental phase right now, Cancer. I don't know if others around you are taking what you have to say seriously. But this is very much a no. I'm not trying to say the bags are packed, but we do know how to pack a bag, don't we? Devil, card of Capricorn. And so this is what we're trying to weigh out, right? The devil says the things that aren't easy to admit out loud. Here in your read, Cancer, I see that as, okay, even while I'm saying all these harsh things, I could actually be more meaner. Give me some credit. But more than that, with that devil, okay, is this me abandoning out of fear, or is this me abandoning intentfully, rightfully, and understanding where I'm going thereafter? These are the questions that we actually have. Understand that it has to come from the right place first before we start making moves. But yeah, the internal debate right now, we're just not trying to hurt everybody on the way out. Chariot, card of Cancer. You again. And now this debate is actually speaking directly to you. What do we want our journey to be? What do we want us, this ideal version of us, versus what's going on with us right now? What does that actually entail? Lastly, show deeper upon the major arcana strewn across the table. We first look to the Empress in this read. What are the cards of B and C, please, for Cancer upon the major arcana across this read so far? Empress. King of Pentacles. The right investment is the best version of what I can offer. And that's why, again, we're having to come to such sharp conclusions so early, Cancer, is that, yeah, it's not that you're not cutting it. It's that this place is actually not cutting it for you. Whatever this is why we're trying to make the investment that is mutually reciprocal, but ultimately feeds back into us, right? The next one, upon you, the Chariot. Temperance, the card of Sagittarius, the healed self, the wise self, one that has let time guide their judgment. Okay? To the Lovers, King of Wands, the willingness to embrace and make right all things that go in our path. And having that upon the Lovers, we're saying we're going to embrace this, whatever it looks like, and make the best of it. Cool. There was another around here. World. Eight of Swords. Yeah. The conclusions that we don't like doesn't change what we have seen, right? That notion of powerlessness is not at all as it appears on the surface, because we just don't like to say what we've seen. We don't like the conclusions that we've made. This is made abundantly clear throughout the read, but especially now that you've drawn the Eight of Swords twice, Cancer, of saying, okay, at one point we got to stop feeling bad and just call a rock, right? At some point, we just got to admit, hey, something's got to give here. This cycle has to end. And so to the Devil, the notion of burden in everything that you carry, right? And it ties it back into also this Ten of Wands over here with all that surface level appearance versus what's actually going on within. The Devil is the burden that you carry. How long can you carry it for? Is that sustainable? Is that a realistic option for you? It's something to think about. Lastly, resolution. Reveal cards of resolution for Cancer in their read. What is held upon the space of resolution for Cancer in their read? First and last month of September. In resolution, we hold their swords. And again, I don't think this gets expressed, at least from you, directly, but there is heartbreak here. There is heartbreak because we're trying to make it work out, but if we can't, we also got to accept the reality of, well, what does it mean to put me first and also not sink ships or burn bridges? The Three of Swords is a level of heartbreak. There is sadness here. There is pain here. And it's because we want so much better for everything that's going on, and yet we got to accept people and situations for what and where they are. Next to that, the Queen of Wands, the wanting to embrace, the wanting for everything to go right, for everything to be cohesive, and not simply copacetic, but also like everything just harmonizing and things working out and wanting to see the best for everybody, these two go hand in hand. Otherwise, you wouldn't have put that effort in, Cancer, to say, I want to see different, or I want to run these field tests, these field experiments to see if different can happen. Underneath it all, Two of Wands, intentionality. We intend to speak or put into action what puts us first. Not Chariot. Carries a lot of things in its cargo sides. So, in conclusion, Cancer, my crab friends, what we see across your read today is that whatever, and again, this is very much career oriented, but whatever opportunity this is presenting, there's been enough burnout, there's been enough internal debate. We're reaching a stage of conclusion where either things shape up or I ship out. Either things shape up or I ship out. This is very much clear across the read. And so, in understanding this is not an abandonment pattern, and I think that's the biggest thing we're struggling with, at least emotionally. This is not me running away. This is me actually putting what I have into it and saying, hey, either the fire gets put out or it grows. Ultimately, once I can establish that's not me running away in an abandonment pattern, I can start to say that is coming from a space of love and it's coming from me wanting to elevate. That is why we're in observance. That's why we're trying to look at the positive or be the, look at the bright side here. Because ultimately, the debate is within. We're saying, can we carry this burden, or are we just saying we don't like to say the obvious out loud? It's hard because, again, I don't think any of this is being expressed in its full capacity to the people around you. But we do understand, at least emotionally, Cancer, that you're underneath said it all. Intentionality, direct communication, you. How real do you want real to get? That's what I have in your first and last, Cancer. It looks like you got some choices to make, and I hope the best with whatever choice that you have. Thank you for coming to my table today. I hope this conversation helped, and you can do it. I like Cancers a lot. Thank you for coming to the read, and yeah, I'll see you around. Okay, bye.